Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. So I'm a little late to the party, but I'm going to be showing you the records that I ended up getting for Record Store Day, and I'm also going to review them. I'm going to tell you how the sound quality is overall, what my opinions of the packaging, and whether I'm really happy with my purchase or not. I talked about a lot of records that I really wanted to have. I ended up with 3, and to be quite honest, I was not able to go and get in line and participate on Record Store Day. Unfortunately, and fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I had to get on a plane and fly to Las Vegas for a fabulous vacation time. So it wasn't bad. I just really wanted to participate in Record Store Day. So I had a really good friend of mine, Mike from Nebraska. He was willing to go out and pick up the records that I was wanting and ship them to me. I want to give a special thank you to him because he went beyond the call of duty. He went to the record store he knew he was going to go to and asked the quantities of each record that he was wanting, including mine. One of the records that I wanted really, really badly, there were only 4 of. That store had only gotten 4 copies. The records he wanted, Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks Live, those albums had a little bit higher quantities, and he knew he was in good shape. But just to make sure that I got what I wanted, he got in line at like 4 in the morning. And it was really cold where he lives. So, the most important reason why I make vinyl videos is to stay connected and to get to know other vinyl record lovers, and that has been just a tremendous blessing for me. Mike has become more than a viewer. He's actually a really close friend, and he's been so good to me, and I hope in return I'm good to him too. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Here's the one that there was only 4 records of, and out of the ones I wanted, this one was the one I was most excited to hear. Not necessarily the one I needed to have the most, but the one I was most excited to listen to. Duran Duran, Rio Carnival. And this was something that came out back in the 80s upon the huge success of the album Rio. This one was put out, I don't know that it was put out here in the United States. I know I've never ran into it, or I would have already bought it. But it was put out in other countries for sure, and it finally made its way to Record Store Day. And what it is, it's some of the bigger hits of the album Rio, put in really long, what they call the night remixes, longer versions of the songs. They're all a lot of fun. Side 1 is Fire. We get a night version of Rio that's extremely cool. My Own Way, which is one of my favorite songs off of Rio. There's a really cool remix of that. Hungry Like the Wolf. Now that one is one that I already knew because that song got so popular that a lot of radio stations started playing this long version of it. So it's one I already knew and really loved. Then we go into Hold Back the Rain, New Religion, Rio Part 2. In a perfect world, I probably would have, instead of having Rio Part 2, I would have put on like Save a Prayer, maybe a longer version of it, or just something else. But it is different from the first one on the first side. There are some differences there. And it's so much fun. This is a really fun listen. I really enjoy it. Sound quality is very good. It's not excellent. It's a little bright, but it's still really nice. It's a great listen. It's one of those that when you're cleaning house or you're doing something, it's great to put on there some dance music, keeps your energy going, and it's a lot of fun. And I saw the picture of the record online, and it did not look anything like it does in person. I thought it was going to be red with some blues or blacks, but it's actually very different. A pleasant surprise, actually. I love red. Red's my favorite color, but look how pretty this one looks. It's beautiful. It looks gorgeous on the turntable. I'm sorry about the glare, you guys. I'm trying to put it in a place where you don't see glare. There you go. It's gorgeous. I really love that. I was pleasantly surprised at how beautiful the color vinyl is. If you're going to do colored vinyl, make it beautiful. The next one that I had picked up, or I should say Mike picked up, Chet Baker Blue Room. This was a one that I really wanted to have. I kind of went back and forth. Do I need it? Do I not? No, I did need it. I love this. This is wonderful. And as you can see, it says Jazz Detective. right here on the corner. That's Zev Feldman. He is the one responsible for tracking down these wonderful performances that had never been heard before. And Chet Baker, wow, this is a tremendous one. It sounds absolutely gorgeous. It was mastered by Bernie Grudman, and it sounds fabulous. It's really, really good. And it's very enjoyable. Chet Baker does sing on here, which I personally like his singing, so that's great for me. But there's not enough that if you don't care for his singing, it's still a great one, and he doesn't sing a lot on here. It's just fantastic. I want to give, I'm going to show you who played on here because some of the names are kind of hard to pronounce and I don't want to butcher them. But Phil Markowitz, the piano player, wow, so fantastic. This is truly a terrific jazz record. This is exactly the style I like after a long day of work, to just lay back and listen to great jazz. Very enjoyable, relaxing jazz. So let's look here. First off, here are some of the players. They're in the dark letters there and here. Fantastic. And then it is a gatefold. You see a little bit of a older, hopefully wiser Chet Baker on here. He had lived a pretty rough life. I absolutely love this one. He's kind of got that Sinatra-esque look to him. He's really great. And here too. And my copy is number 232 out of 5,000. They were hand numbered, which I always think is very cool when someone hand numbers them. I saved the hype sticker. Here's one of the records. Again, it is a fantastic sounding release, and the music is wonderful. I'm so thankful that I got this one. And here is the booklet. It did not come with a download booklet. It came with an actual booklet. Look at that gorgeous picture of Chet Baker. So wonderful. I mean, that one is suitable for framing in my opinion. And we get some really great information. I love that Zev Feldman gave his thoughts. I mean, it's just a really great read. And again, I'm so thankful to have this one. And both labels, there's two different colors. Here's the second label. Sorry about the glare. And you don't have to replace the sleeves. They have the poly-lined sleeves. Fantastic release. Now, the third one. This is not the one I was most excited to listen to because I've listened to it a gazillion times. It was one of those that when it came out on CD back in the day, I probably got up like at 6 in the morning because I couldn't sleep anymore. Ran to Walmart, picked up the CD. This is the first time it's been official on record, on vinyl. It is Van Halen's Live right here, right now. And it is a great 4 LP set, mastered again by Bernie Grudman. And this is a Sammy Hagar-led Van Halen this time around. You know, I love David Lee Roth, but I really did finally warm up to Sammy Hagar. And so I got to see this tour twice. So this one was especially meaningful for me as a record collector. Yes, it's great to have the CD, but it's even better for a vinyl collector to have it on vinyl finally. Now, I did have the unofficial pressing. I did play the unofficial pressing versus this one. And I'll let you know what I thought of that in a minute. Here is the packaging. I've heard some people complain they wish that this had just been a box set. So far, I disagree with that, but wait till I have to handle it a little more. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. So first off, I've always kind of wondered, I thought it was very interesting, why did they choose this picture? This is a tornado picture that was taken. I believe there was a tornado touchdown in Delaware. I've never understood why this was the cover for this live album. I don't get the connection, and I've tried to look it up to find out why they chose it. Never found out why it was chosen. When I was younger, I kind of thought, well, maybe it's kind of a little bit of a God was protecting this house type of situation. I don't know. you know, I'm just, I don't know, you get into what the For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge album, that's what they were promoting with this tour they were on, and then they put Jesus on the cover. I don't know, mixed messages, but it's got a great track listing, and you know, I did give it a listen. Of course, I went right for side one and listened to Pound Cake and Judgment Day, and really, really great. After I listened to side one, though, I cheated a little bit because I had to listen to the bonus tracks because I'd never heard them before. And we've got The Dream Is Over, one of my favorites. I love that song so much, and I really do think that Sammy Hagar, a lot of you don't like him, and I get it. And see, sometimes you can say things that'll make me laugh, and I can relate to why you don't like him. But at the same time, I hear that song, I hear Eagles Fly, Mine All Mine, and I think, no, that guy can sing. He's really good. And so I kind of go back and forth on my love for Sammy Hagar. Is the music as iconic and good as with Dave? No, not to me. And I appreciate everybody's opinion on that. It doesn't matter if you're a Sammy or a Dave or both or none. It doesn't matter to me at all. But, you know, when I was listening to Mine All Mine, I was like, wow, this is super clean. This sounds very, very cleaned up. It's live, so you're not going to get the same dynamics. It's not going to be quite the same as hearing a studio album when it's done to perfection. But it is definitely an improvement over my old CD. It's also an improvement over the unofficial pressing that I have. Now, if you look at this color, you know, they're different. They were a little different. The packaging on this one just blows the unofficial pressing away, obviously, with all of the beautiful pictures and the way it's laid out. They did a fantastic job. I'm really pleased with it. Now, I never thought that the unofficial pressing sounded bad. It's on a really pretty blue vinyl, which I think looks really good with that album cover. You know, Jesus' robe is blue. So I think this is a good choice. The official pressing that came out for Record Store Day is all on like a really pretty translucent red. Translucent vinyl is probably my favorite. I always think they're really beautiful. Again, this sounds extremely good for a live album, and I'm extremely pleased with it. It was a must-have for me, and I'm extremely happy with it. It's long, 4 LPs. It was not cheap. This is a very expensive one, but you know what? The unofficial pressing was also expensive and still worth money on Discogs. And if it makes anybody feel better, I do want you to know that I'm sending Mike my unofficial copy of this album for free so that he has that. It's kind of a thank you for waiting out in the cold for me and for getting that release. And he also sent this wonderful little bag for me from the record store that he got these records from, Recycled Records. I've never been there. It's in Nebraska. Love to go check it out. It says Omaha here too. So yeah. So those were my Record Store Day records. That means I missed out on Eddie Money. I missed out on Stevie Nicks. I'm really sore about that. That turned out to be a sleeper hit that a lot of people wanted. I'd say the album cover itself, that beautiful picture of Stevie, sold it. You know, and also the fact that it had been an HBO special and it's supposed to sound really good. I didn't get it. I hope I can get it maybe someday. The Nuggets box set, I wasn't able to get it either. I hope all of you who wanted that Grateful Dead box set got it. I got some pushback on my comments about Grateful Dead, and it really was just joking, just a tease about that. But they sure do put out a lot of stuff for Record Store Day. And I know that makes Grateful Dead fans very, very happy. I wish every time we had Record Store Day, we got Van Halen releases. I guess I'm just jealous. So those are the records that I got for Record Store Day. Let me know what you think. What did you get? Is there anything that made you extremely happy or extremely disappointed? I want to know everything because we still may run into some of these records in stores. And if there's something really great I need to know about, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.